What's up? Welcome back, enchanters, to another unveiling and unboxing, and this is long overdue. I missed out on the initial release of the Time Edition of the Mondo exclusive Bane 1/6 scale, right? Yeah, 1/6 scale. Sorry, it's been a while, y'all. And we're gonna do an entire unboxing and unveiling of this bad boy. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now, before we unbox this bad boy, let me introduce myself. My name is Jean-Pierre Bon Jovi. I'm a collector, retailer of many things. I am a retailer of Mondo. Unfortunately, though, I don't sell any Mondo pieces just because I've mentioned this in all my videos. I have the opportunity to carry the product, but we can't sell, no retailers sell the timed editions. They're exclusive only to mondoshop.com, and that kind of defeats the purpose because it's a product that just sits there. And our earnings on this is insignificant. We have to buy quite a few units of these, and in order to be profitable, we literally have to sell all 4 units just to basically earn the profit of 1 unit. So it makes absolutely no sense. And we would only be selling the unlimited versions, and so those aren't as desirable as the timed edition pieces. So yeah, and if you've been following my channel, I'm one of the only original 10 creators who started reviewing all these pieces over on YouTube. I've done every single piece from Batman the Animated Series and from X-Men. Obviously, I started collecting these about 8 months after the initial piece was released, which was Mr. Freeze. I did end up buying Mr. Freeze in the aftermarket. But now it's just, Mondo has just blown up. Everyone knows of Mondo. There's an incredible Mondo collectors group, which I'm always going to link below as well. I'm part of that group. It's phenomenal. The creators of these action figures and Mondo themselves, the corporate team, is on this Facebook group, which is amazing. You can stay up to date of any and everything that you need to know about Mondo, what's coming out, which is pretty awesome. And many times there are collectors who are looking to, offload some of their pieces as well. So great group to be a part of. I did repurchase this over on eBay. Now this piece retailed for $245. I purchased it for $275. So I did pay $30 over MSRP, but I got it 4 months after the fact. I've been sitting on this, y'all, since December. It's been 4 months, and I've been dragging ass when it comes to doing so many boxes. I literally am doing 4 of these videos back to back to back. So without further ado, let's unbox this bad boy. Hit that smash button, subscribe to our channel. When I'm done with this video, you can watch the previous Mondo figure that we unboxed, and I do that. I always recap the ending of each video with the previous figure that we unveiled. So go check that out if you want to see every single piece from the collection. I am a completionist at heart, so we'll definitely unbox those. So hit that smash button, subscribe, it supports our channel immensely. Comment below if you own this piece. And without further ado, let's unbox the Bane 1/6 scale timed edition figure. So this does come in this unicorn, and this is number 519 of 1,200 units. So yeah, this was exclusive only to 1,200 units, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it was an open edition or 1,200 units. I don't remember. I don't quite remember when it released. I believe it was an open edition. Yeah, it was an open edition for a con. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so most likely maybe 1,050 sold within that week time frame, and they ended up producing an extra 150 perhaps in case any were damaged, etc. So 1,200 units were created of this, which is pretty rad. And the fact that I just paid $30 over MSRP, I'm not too mad about that. Not too mad about that at all. Now I did get this on eBay, as I mentioned before. Now this does come with this unicarton shipper. Do not throw this away, collectors. Can't stress this enough. If you never know. Today, you're like me. I'm a completionist. I'm a hoarder. I'm not gonna get rid of this. But you never know financially what can happen tomorrow. You never know if you have to downsize if you're moving. You know, I've seen this happen time and time and time again, and people will throw this away or will throw the actual art box away. Please do not do that. If you are going to collect and you are going to pay over $150 for an action figure, bet your butts that you do not dispose of this. It comes with the territory, y'all. You gotta keep this stuff, because again, you may be a huge fan today, etc., and tomorrow there's another company who's making something better, more defined, better quality, and you want to part ways with your collection. Well, guess what? It will be worth literally nothing when you get rid of these boxes. Now, this not so much, but because these are timed editions, you're only proof that you have a timed piece. And what the number is, collectors want to know that. This is it. It's actually what's handwritten on a marker on this brown unicorn. Gets crazy. So don't throw this away. That's your proof of what number, what edition size number you have. So please don't throw them away. And also know, like, if you're gonna get right into collecting this, one thing is having the space, right? The showcase, module case, curio cabinet, shelving to display these. Another thing is, do you have the space to store these? Do you have an attic? Do you have a garage? I do not recommend paying a storage unit, y'all, to keep your boxes. It is the worst thing you can possibly ever do. And I speak that because of experience. I went almost 3 years paying for a storage unit for my figures, y'all. And when I did the math of what I was paying, like what this storage unit started at, like it was like $85 a month. Then I had to upgrade because I just needed more and more room. And before you knew, I was paying like $150 a month. And when I did that after 3 years, like we are talking about well over, I think in storage unit and rent, and I think it was over 3 years, I paid close to about almost $8,000. That is absurd, y'all. That is absurd, just to store an empty box. Like, forget about even trying to even make a profit if you want to ever resell these. Like, that is just the worst thing you can do. Do not do that. Please make sure you have the adequate space before you get into a hobby like this. Now, granted, if there's 1 or 2 or 3 characters that you love and that's it, you're not a completionist, you have nothing to worry about. You can keep the box somewhere. But if you are a collector at heart and you are collecting, do not dispose of the unicorns. Make sure you can store them in your home. And if you don't have the space, if you don't have the budget, and you think you're gonna have to go rent a storage unit because like your collection's getting out of hand, I'm telling you right now, stop. Just don't do that. It's a terrible financial mistake. Don't make that same mistake I did, because I wish I had $8,000 right now in my pocket that I just shredded in a storage unit. But anyway, I can go on a tangent for a very long time. So let's get back to what we're here for, right? So let's zoom in on the art box. Again, just amazing. This is a pretty chunky box. Obviously, the Man-Bat box is the biggest, but this is the second biggest from this wave. And just incredible. Again, because this is exclusive, it's going to have the holographic Mondo exclusive sticker here. A little bit about the designers behind this piece. That's Batman the Animated Series, the toy designers as well. Again, just amazing. So let's open this. Typically these are Velcro. Yep, this is Velcroed. Oh, well, this Velcro piece. There we go. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm just experiencing this, y'all, before you do. This looks amazing. All right, cool. So here we have it. As you open it, you have Bane about to chuck Batman over his shoulders. And then here we have the piece itself. Obviously, we have to open this bad boy up. Now, I did request, and I did have the seller open this up. That was my request before buying this on eBay. I said, please make sure the articulation works. And I can't stress that enough. If you're going to buy this anywhere, I like eBay because I'm protected. I do not ever recommend buying, even from the Facebook group or from anyone, a figure, because yeah, you can use PayPal, goods and services, and you are protected, but there's always that chance, right? Make sure that you friend the person on Facebook. Make sure you see that they're a real person. Make sure you see they have real connections. family members commenting on their stuff. Make sure they've been engaging in that group. Make sure that there's some mutual friends, and always friend the person that you're going to do business with. There's no way you're about to just like hand over $300 to someone, like, and not like friend them, and like making sure that y'all can you can determine that that's a real person, right? So yeah. So let's open this bad boy up and let's see. Now what we are going to do with this piece, as I do with every piece, we are going to do a full articulation, see all the articulation points. We're going to do an up close and personal as well. And that's what we're going to do in a moment. So I'm going to bring y'all in closer. Let's talk about the specs. I typically don't do any switch outs. I just leave whatever my go-to portrait is. I'm gonna put on this. But if you are curious, this does comes with two pieces. So you're gonna get the what looks like it's the base of this figure with the additional torso and the exclusives. And here you have Bane. And what were some of the standard pieces that come in. And again, like I said, we're about to unbox this. I'm going to show you what the difference are with the exclusive parts, etc. Let's dive into this bad boy. I'm going to give this my ultimate review, what my thoughts are, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we have this colossal big boy. I mean, it looks amazing, y'all. We're about to check out all the articulation, but let's start with the time edition. Now, this exclusive, I believe it was like $10, $20 more. With the exclusive, you are able to get it came with these three pieces. You're going to get the Unmasked Portrait, which is pretty rad, y'all. I love that. Like, that's a huge perk. Like, to get him unmasked, that's amazing. You also get his mask once he's unmasked. So it's the flat mask. You can like lay this on a floor. Maybe he can hold it with his hand. I'm going to show you some of the hand switch outs as well, but pretty awesome. And of course, this is huge. So this is really the juiciness of this time edition. You get this torso, which you can knock someone out with. This is so huge and so heavy. So as you can see here, he's been super pumped, full of juice. His eyes are bulging out. You can see the veins in his eyes, the veins all over his torso, his arms. As you can see, Batman's Batarang has half of it is inside and has damage, his juicer. The juice is squirting out and it is on overdrive. And he is about to explode. You do have this as well. This does not come off, from my understanding. I don't think it does. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. It's not something I want to test out myself, but if you own this piece, let me know if this does come off. Now, there is only articulation in his head, side by side. Lightly goes up and down, but only side by side. I'm assuming it could go off and you can just switch this over. Let's see. Yeah, you can. Sweet. So this should be able to come off as well. It's not going to come off from here. It'll stay hanging, but I'm pretty sure you can remove it from here. Again, that's something I really want to test myself. Pretty awesome, y'all. This is what you call an exclusive. This is awesome. Again, you can only get that with the time edition piece. Now, let's talk about all the other pieces that do come with this. You are going to get a dumbbell, which is pretty awesome. There's no cell shading to the dumbbell, but it is a dumbbell nevertheless. You're going to get 3 portraits in general. The one that is we're going to get an up close and personal. The one that automatically comes with the figure, and then we have these. So here we have this mask with the grin, the teeth grinning. And we have this one. It looks like he's just been hit in the gut and he's gasping for air. So these are standard with the unlimited edition. You are going to get this Crush Batarang. And he can grip it with his semi-gripped hand. And you are going to get a total of 6 hand switch outs, not including the ones that come as a default with the figure. You're going to get these open hand Again, one has the glove, the other side doesn't, just like the animated series. These are open hand ones. You are going to get fist if he's punching. Again, one with the glove, one without. Again, this is standard to the unlimited version as well. And lastly, you're going to get the semi-grip if you want him to hold the dumbbell or the batarang. You're going to get more use out of these right here. And let's talk about the figure. So you are going to get the stand itself. We're going to remove it now off of the stand. The stand, what I love is it's not tightly gripping this, so it's not going to create any damage on his torso, unlike the Man-Bat stand, which was horrid. And if you own the Man-Bat piece, the best way to display that piece is to hang him off the ceiling on like wire or something. All right, this toy is massive. Now they call it toys. You can call it a toy. Call it what you like, but this is a collectible. And it's not intended for play. It's intended just for displayability. That's about it. So let's dive into this bad boy. So let's start with the head. So this is the default head that you're going to get. It's just a serious face. I think it's the one I'm going to keep for the most part. I think it's between these two are the two best portraits. So as for articulation, his head does, there's some, give up and down. Let me get y'all here a little clearer. Some up and down, some side to side. That's about it. You can unplug this if you want as well. But pretty awesome. Now again, this does not disconnect from here. The actual, where he gets all his juices from. I don't know what you call that, y'all, but that. Now, let's talk about some of the articulation. We're going to start here with the torso. There is some give here. As you can see, so there is some give over here. And it does go side to side, his legs, which is pretty rad. Now, as for his arms, they do go all the way to the side. And they do turn. There is like a lubricant, by the way, on these. You will notice that. Okay, that's pretty awesome. So they do a 360. As for the elbow, there's just some articulation here as well. And then you're also going to get some articulation as a ball joint on the wrist, does a 360. Now the hands that come in a default with this piece right here are semi-open as well. Can't really do much with that, like it's not gripping anything with that, but again, you could just, display that and create any like whatever type of pose you'd like for, Instagrammable pose or like an action move, but they're not functional to like hold anything. Now, as for his legs, they do open. That's as wide as they open. They slightly go back, but not too much, and slightly forward. They are double jointed, which is pretty awesome. We always like that a lot. So his knees are double jointed. And then there is going to be, which is standard to all the figures, the feet do go side to side. They don't go up and down, but they do go side to side. And again, with a heavy piece like this, especially top heavy, you don't really want it to have too much articulation on the bottom just because it's going to lose its stability. So, and one thing I'm noticing from this piece is that he does stand upright by himself without really even needing the support of the actual Batman stand. But overall, y'all, not as much articulation as the other pieces, but it's a solid piece. The scale, he is massive, y'all. Massive. I think he's like almost 14 inches tall, which is insane. He looks phenomenal. Again, true to the animated series, iconic piece to have in the collection. We have Scarecrow coming up next. Can't wait to review that one for y'all. And then we have Poison Ivy that is shipping now in, April, which we're really excited for as well. But this line has been amazing. Can't wait to see what else they unveil this year. Curious to know if you own this piece. Comment below, y'all. Don't forget to hit that smash button and subscribe. And if I have to rate this piece on a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5, going on a 9. I do think that the accessories are awesome. The Time Edition is just amazing. The Time Edition makes this a 9, but if you had the unlimited version, I'd give this an 8.5. Just incredible. Again, not as much articulation, but again, we understand why. It's just a really big, bulky piece. But nevertheless, phenomenal. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Love the cell shading on the belt. You just see it very subtle on this piece compared to others. You just see some cell shading on the mask, a little bit on the shirt, on the glove, and a little bit on the belt as well. But phenomenal, phenomenal piece. Curious to know what your thoughts are, y'all. Keep collecting, and I will catch y'all on the next one.